What's going on, Legion? As we're here, like always, we got the Nothing But Thieves Believe cover of the Mumford and Sons song. I didn't know this was a thing either. Mumford and Sons is, I wouldn't say they're like a band that I listen to in any real regard, I guess. I know who they are, of course. I've known about them for years. I've probably even heard some of their songs. I don't know if I've ever heard Believe, but from what some of the people in the comments were saying, like, oh my god, I didn't know this cover was here. I just listened to it. It was great. I thought, you know what, I'm kind of curious about that. So I put a little star next to it on the list saying, you know, this is the next one to do. And, I mean, hey, sometimes people, you know, request something and the next day it's here. And then sometimes people request something and a month later it's here. It's just, it all depends on the mood. But, also, I mean, when you're pressed for time and you got to, like, you know, you go to your IRL job and soon, I mean, do you really want to react to something you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, that was all right. Or I kind of like that. Or do you want to react to something where you're like, dude, that was fucking great. I love Nothing But Thieves. Nothing But Thieves is just the tried and true. If I don't got anything to react to, or I got to make a video that's not like quick, like cheap, but like I got to do something like right now, and what do I want to do? Hey, Nothing But Thieves, because you know it's going to be good, you know it's going to be entertaining, and you're going to leave the video with a smile on your face. At least I do. I don't know if you do. But yeah, I always do Nothing But Thieves whenever I have it. If I of course, they're in the circuit of what I want to do, but if I'm also like, what do I want to do? I'll just do Nothing But Thieves, because it's always going to be good. Or if I'm pressed for time, I know I can check out a song from them, you know, give my thoughts on how I feel about it, think good, bad, in the middle, whatever it may be, and it's always good. Nothing But Thieves is just that they're the ringer. They're like, they're the ones that you send in when you need something good, when you want to watch something good. That's what you do. So that's what Nothing But Thieves has been. So if they do come out with a song that's not the greatest, it's extra disappointing, because you always expect it to be good. And not that it's bad, but that you're just not into it. It's just not your song, right? So with that being said, I'm going to stop rambling, because Jesus, it's been 2 minutes already. Mumford and Sons. I always never liked the Mumford's name. I've always hated Mumford. It just, I don't know, it reminds me of like the Mumps and Ford. Yeah. So let's just get into it, check it out, see what it's all about. Let's hope it's good. I'm sure it'll be good. I don't... Jesus, that's loud.
You may call it insane, but you've only lost a night. Preset all your pretty feelings.
I ain't feeling the nose ring. Bothering me. Fucking goober. Oh, I do know this song. Oh crap! Oh my god. Oh my god. I should have personally listened to the original first before this. I have to hear the smidget of the original after this.
This is never gonna go away. If I'm gonna have to kiss for someone.
Oh, there you go.
I don't even know if I believe. I don't even know if I believe. I don't even know if I believe.
It's actually hard to compare.
Everything you're trying to say to me.
Oh, you know what? Shit. Yeah, definitely a miscalculation listening to this right now. I actually kind of regret doing this video. Because I spent most of my time trying to compare this song to the original. And if it is the song I'm thinking of, then this was really nothing like it. It's from like, did Billy Squier do a cover of this song? I don't even freaking know. Hold on, let me hear the original really quick. I just want to hear the opening. Is this like a... Oh god, I thought this was like some...
I don't even know if I can say it to me.
Oh.
Eyes tell me I'm alive.
So that's supposed to be the original, I guess? Let's see. Oh god, what's the... Okay, so that guitar in the beginning threw me off. Yeah, that was a whole thing. Oh my god. No. Hold on. It's not In the Dark. Rock Me Tonight, no. It's not The Stroke. Dun-na-na, 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 dun-na-na. Oh! Or was that Kashmir that I heard in the beginning? There's a song. I think it was. Hold on. Fucking Jesus. Was that what I heard? Hold on.
Everything you try to say to me.
Was that the original? What is that? The lyric you just said? Actually, no. Yeah, so it is the original Mumford Sons song that they're singing that I could give two craps about, because I've never listened to that song. We just heard a split second of it. The original, I can already tell you right now, I would not. I was gonna say, you know what? I'd definitely check out the original song, but no, I won't. That song was trash. From the original Mumford songs, I heard it. I'm like, no, thank you. The way the video looked, the way it sounded, I thought this was gonna be like some trap remix. It was weird. I'm not a fan. So we're not gonna check that out any way, shape, or form. I don't even suggest it. I don't want to hear it, because from what I did hear, there's nothing redeeming about that original. But the opening, Every time I hear that da-na-na, da-na-na, it reminds me of like part of like the Judgment song. I don't know why, but the Judgment song from Terminator. It always has. And there's another song I think it's from Led Zeppelin, Def Leppard. That I think it's the Rocket. Don't shoot shotgun. I can't remember the name of that damn song. But She's So Dangerous, and at the very end of, I think it's a Def Leppard song. At the very end of it, you hear some kind of crazy like military sound in their music for a second. At the very end, I can't remember what song it was. It's not Animal. It's not Pour Sugar on Me. I think it's the Don't Shoot the Shotgun one, or one of the other. I can't remember the other one, but I think it's that one. Or the one where it's like the rocket's taken. I can't remember, and I think it's Def Leppard, or maybe it is Billy Squier. I can't remember, but because I don't listen to them a whole lot anymore. But there's that song that reminds me of also Terminator. I don't know why. I think it just came out around the time that I first saw Terminator. That was it. It has that crazy sound to it that the Terminator music has. It's not even, it doesn't have the same percussions, doesn't have the same tone. It's just kind of the of like the military kind of sound, the end of the world sound almost. And that's what Kashmir also kind of always reminded me of. Just the opening, not so much, but just a little bit, just because it's all the things I heard when I was a kid. I think that's all it is. It's just memory association. I think it's all it really is going on right there with the Terminator versus I think it's the Def Leppard / Billy Squier, and then the Kashmir from Led Zeppelin. It's just the association from the memory of when I was a kid, probably. That's probably what it is. Maybe some people can kind of hear the similarities between the Judgment song and those other songs. The tones, the music, not the singing, of course. But they started out with the Kashmir opening, and I instantly was like, oh my God, is it this song? And I mistook it for that, whether it was the Def Leppard, Billy Squier, some other band that I don't listen to that much anymore. I got it confused with, of course, Led Zeppelin. Because then he started singing something else, and I of course, was not going to guess Led Zeppelin. Although I think for Led Zeppelin fans, they hear that and they go, oh my God, that's Kashmir. That's the opening of Kashmir. That's great. And for me, I've always gotten the opening of Kashmir confused with a different song. So I guess that's just what it is for being dyslexic a lot. It's just sometimes comparisons, things like that, you just sometimes swap around. It's not just spelling, people. It's something a lot more than that. You should read up on it. But yeah, I heard that, and then I heard him singing, and it just completely threw me off. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that I just checked this video out, because this would have been like, how would I have been able to look up Nothing But Thieves, Believe, Mumford & Sons cover, and then they would give me the full synopsis of what it is? I don't think that would have, nor do I think that kind of research is appropriate. If I would have known the Mumford song, the Believe song, the original, I probably would, like, if I would have reacted to that first, I probably would have been more prepared. I probably would have still got the opening confused. But as it is now, I literally heard the opening and went, oh shit, it's that really old song that I really like. You know, whether from whatever band it came from, I couldn't remember. And then he starts singing something else, and I'm like, so I spent the whole video going, is that the original song? Like, because man, they're doing, like, you hear the Kashmir opening, and you're like, wow, they're really doing it different. They're really changing up the song. It doesn't sound like anything like the original. Like, oh my God. And sure enough, it wasn't at all the original. So I spent all that time like, what the fucking hell am I listening to? Trying to place it, because they just combined two different things together. And it completely threw me off. So I didn't really get to enjoy, I don't think, this song for the most part. I don't really want, we're already at 14 minutes. I don't really want to re-listen to it. I'll re-listen to it on my own time if I ever have the desire to, but I don't right now. It's kind of sad. One, because I'm just pressed for time, but two, it's like it's good. Like,
So tired of misconceived. I don't even know if I will.
yeah, I couldn't even enjoy his vocals. Like, everybody knows, if you watched My Nothing But Thieves, his vocals is like just the highlight of a day, man. It's just, I love listening to him, and the band's really good too. This of all things right here, this was a good testament to the band. You know, if you watched me for a while, like when I first started, Nothing But Thieves, I was like, man, a lot of their music, a lot of the songs that were being suggested was a lot of his incredible vocals. and I talked about this at length last time. Jesus, I'm stuttering over here. Which was, it felt like that the band was just the backdrop, and the whole band was just kind of more of a dedication to his vocals. Now that might have been because I just started listening to him. Like I said it before, it was either one of two reasons. One, that the songs that were being suggested were songs that really focalized on his lyrics, and that's just the ones that people liked a lot. Or it was because I was new to the band and his vocals just overshined the band, the instruments, when I first started listening to him. I really think it's the second one, the former there. But, yeah, that's kind of how I view it. And so, in this one, like, so that being aside, everybody knows I love the vocals, and I love the band. I love when they really get to shine and stuff. But I was thinking so much of trying to place this effing song. Just what the hell, where the hell does it come from? That I just could not, I honestly didn't pay attention to a chunk of it. Because I was thinking, I was like, the hell is this? I don't recognize the lyrics, but I recognize the beat. What the hell? And because it's Kashmir specifically, I always get that song confused with a different song. I'm like, what the hell? Is this Billy Squier? Is this one of the ones that he does? The da-na-nee-nee? I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. It's just embarrassing. My mouth is going to embarrass me. It might be one of his songs that has that incredible ending. I think it might be In the Dark. I mean, I kind of want to... Just bear with me if you're still here. Not Bill Burr. Give me a second. God, this is going to be like copyrighted, like 8 Ways to Tuesday over here. This is also an incredible song. I don't think it's a song. No, it ain't this one. I mean, it could be this other one. I don't think it's The Stroke, is it? Now we're just testing stuff. Oh, is it this one? It is this one. Sorry. Let's see if we can get to the part right here. So, yeah. So, when you have that sound, which is kind of like a military sound, so if you have... This is just weird, right? This is just how my brain works. This has nothing to do with common sense or anything. So, if you have the movie Terminator up here, right? And you have the Judgment soundtrack, the original Terminator theme, with whether it's the drums or something like that, and then it's up here, and you have Billy Squier down here with the Stroke. I can't believe I thought it was In the Dark. Fucking idiot. And you have a similar military sound, whatever, drum line going on over here. And then the Billy Squier can be linked to, just because it's an older song, I don't know, than just Kashmir maybe. It also it could be because at that age, I didn't... it could be because at that age, all those bands just ran together. As a kid, yeah, I knew AC/DC and Ozzy Osbourne. That was it, and then, like, Def Leppard. But like Billy Squier, the Scorpions, Led Zeppelin, all that stuff might as well have been the same person when I was a kid. You know what I mean? And so you hear this and you're like, crap. If you don't listen to it a long time, it throws you off. It does. And so I was completely like out of there. I mean, I guess this video, it was kind of fun to do in the very end, I guess, but oh my Lanta, bro, like just trying to figure that out, it just irking me, like, what the hell is that song? Literally, it's just a theme song from a movie here with a similar drum tone to a Billy Squier over here, which Billy Squier was Led Zeppelin when I was like 10, because who cared who they were? It was just a good song, you know, and it all merges together. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how, like, just your memory sometimes, and like so I haven't listened to Led Zeppelin in a long time. I've listened to Billy Squier, you know, in the last month or two, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it was. Maybe a handful of months, but sometimes when out of sight, out of mind, and when something comes out like that, you're like, oh, okay, it's that song, and then you hear different lyrics. Like maybe if it would have been the same, dun 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 dun, whatever that is that Kashmir has in the beginning, or whatever. Like I would have been like, oh, okay, I know that song. What is it? But because he did different lyrics, I'm like, dude, is that Billy Squier? Like, what the hell am I listening to? It was just, I don't know. It's a trip. I guess it made for a good video for me. Like, I guess investigating, you know, I've always been, I think, good with placing things, right? Like remembering things, whether it's like, especially like anime. It's like, oh my God, I know that anime character voice. What's that? That's Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. What is, he's in, what is this new one? Oh, Code Geass. He's the same voice actor. Got it. Or when you hear like, for anybody that is in any way an anime fan, you're like, oh, that Gundam 00. Who's that voice actor? Is that freaking Inuyasha? Like, yeah, that's Inuyasha or whatever that plays the character, whoever it was, right? Like, it's always fun for me because it's like I always play, you know, I always match the voices up from things that I've seen, you know, 10 years ago. Like, oh my God, that's fucking so-and-so from something else. So that's always good. Or when you watch like a new movie, like you watch like a new Marvel movie, like does anybody know that the guy that plays Falcon in the Avengers movie is also, what was it, Papadaka or whatever, the lead guy of the New World from the Marshall Mathers 8 Mile movie, like the one that choked at the very end. Like, does anybody recognize that that's the same dude? Like, that's the best part about watching movies, is you watch something new, and if you watched a movie that might not have been the greatest in the past or was really good, but it was, the character was a footnote, you're like, holy crap, that was so and so from that, when, you know, when he or she was really, really young. And sometimes you're like, whoa, that actress, you know, she's, what is she, like 40 now, and she's still pretty attractive. And then you're like, oh my God, that was the incredibly hot girl from this movie when I was a kid, right? Like, I'm sure if Megan Fox still had a career, you'd be like, oh my God, Megan Fox, you know, when she was 40, she was in Transformers. Does anybody like know, like, if you ever watched the new Jurassic World movies, that Bryce Dallas Howard, which is Ron Howard's daughter, Ron Howard from Happy Days, she was, if I'm not mistaken, I haven't looked, she was the main girl from the Village movie that came out when I was like 13, right? The Village is, for me, the #1 worst movie ever made. It's probably, if I saw it as an adult, I'd be like, oh, that was clever. Like, they're in the middle of this area, and it's not exactly what we thought. But as a kid, I thought this was like some kind of supernatural monster movie, and then it wasn't. It was the biggest disappointment as like a 12-year-old kid that I've ever experienced in my life. It's the only movie I've ever gotten up and walked out of, and I was 12, right? So, like, I love doing that stuff. I love comparing things, even if it's not like so this, like the same with music, right? I know that song, that's Kashmir, and then we compare it to another song that it sounds like it, that it reminds me of a movie. You know, or like when I did the NF reaction, right? Like, oh, you know, he sounds, when he yells, when he goes, huh? If you know who NF is, he does that, huh? It kind of reminded me of like it reminded me of when Upchurch is like, up church, and it has that echo, like his NF's yell reminded me of that a little bit, because it had the tone of like a southernish kind of tone to it. Not super, but kind of, and then when he started like, hey man, hey Nate, what you doing, like whatever, that reminded me of like when Hobson does his like storytelling sometimes in his video, right? So I love compare and contrast and all that stuff. It's just kind of who I am, and I guess it just kind of keeps you sharp. It keeps you remembering things, although I failed spectacularly. But it was the lyrics. We're going to blame the lyrics on this one. The lyrics threw me off, but we still found it out, and we still found the Billy Squier song that we were talking about. I'm not going to play the Judgment song because, Jesus, I'm sure there's a billion copyrights to this video already. I don't need to add another one, Although I should, that way nobody makes any money, including me, and we should all be even. With that, this is a 25-minute video, probably the longest Nothing But Thieves reaction I think I've done. This is like 21 Pilot level of... Why are you still talking, Azrael? You're really this is stupid. Somebody spelled my name ASS, Asriel. He's like, please correct me, and I'm like, yeah, cool joke, guy, nice. Because then like the rest of his comment was trash, I think, but yeah, it's Azrael. That's how you spell it, Azrael. It's not Israel. Please, I'm not a country. Although I'm as powerful as one. No, I'm just kidding. If that was the truth, it'd be a lot. I'm gonna stop talking. I'll see you on whatever video I'm doing next. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Later, guys.